Your secrets, if you really look at yourself, you would be speechless. What happened to being doctors and teachers? What happened to being your brother's keeper? Nowadays kids more worried about the...
Hey guys, it's Zypra here, and today I'm not on the PTR because I boosted, or with that free WOD boost that you get from having pre-ordered it, I actually boosted a priest a little while ago, and I haven't really played the priest since the boost, so it's kind of just been sat at level 91, probably for about 4 to 5 months now, so I haven't really played this guy at all. And I thought I'd use my character that I'd already had set up to do this guide instead of making it on the PTR all over again. So I will be using my own unused priest for this demonstration, and I'll be able to go over some of the macros that I have made on this guy as well to help you guys out. But the specs I'll be showing you for this guide is going to be Disc and Shadow. Because although Holy is kind of viable in Arena, Disc is definitely by far the strongest one at the moment. So I will show you this guy. So obviously I've got some heals down on my bars here. Heal, never really use. It's better to be used in Holy, that one. Flashlight's one of the heals you'll mostly use along with Penance. If you use Penance on an enemy target, it does do damage. I'll show you that in a minute. You're going to want to have your bubble on as well always, because Disc revolves around a bubble. It's kind of what they do. You can Spirit Shell to, instead of heal, build up a bigger shield. As you can see, 33k there, and that's the top it'll go to. As I was saying with the Penance, I can do that there. Now that streak there down the left hand side is this here. It's a Surge Light, which means my next flash heal is going to be instant and cost no mana. So I can just go like that. Now Pain Suppression reduces the damage that you take by 40%, which is a really big cooldown for a priest. So that's always to be used when you're in trouble. Prayer and Mending you kind of always want to keep on the target that's taking damage typically, because it's a nice little heal there. The heals for, it will say 1k next time you take damage, but it can be different obviously because of crits and stuff. Now Spectral Guise is a stealth, so that you can, like, it's kind of like a Knight of Shadow mode, you can get away from CC. What I just used there was also the Angelic Feather, which gives you a little sprint boost, and you got 3 stacks of that, which is quite nice. You got Levitate here as well, which is that one down there. When you're low mana you can use your Shadow Fiend as well to get some back, just like that. Now that Mind Seer there is, it does damage, but you can use it on a friendly, and you can get people out of stealth, like druids and stuff. That's my trinket over there, as you may know if you've already played human. Fear Ward is a really good move to make you immune to 1 fear, and when it expires you can re-put it on unless it does get used, so you can do that. That's Divine Star there, that's a little heal. That probably isn't the best talent. I'm not quite sure what the best talent is for Priest at the moment, but that's the one I've had since I got the boost, so it's just how I've left it really. Prayer of Healing there is like an AoE heal, so it heals you and a friendly ally. You've got Master Spell there, which removes like mages, ice blocks and that kind of thing. Just simple like that. There's the Leap of Faith. I might not be able to show you, I think they've got to be in your party. Yeah, they've got to be in your party unfortunately. But I think you've all seen Leap of Faith before, where you just grip them to you, or you grip yourself to them if you've got the glyph for it. I got a Silence there that's that was new to WoD, so you can silence your enemy. And that one there is actually my focus silence as well, so I can silence my focus target. I've also got Smite here, so that I can actually do some damage if I decide to play this guy again. That's more damage. That's an instant one that's called Holy Fire. That's where I had the food from when I got the boost. Basically, I just put the food there. The barrier reduces the damage that's taken by friendly targets that are within the barrier by 25%. And while you're within that barrier, spellcasting will not be interrupted by damage, and I believe it reduces the pushback as well when the enemy attacks you, which is quite nice to be able to get off some heals there. When you deal damage, I'll show you this quickly on probably a weaker dummy. Let's move over to this one. If I do damage, this evangelism here keeps increasing, and it's consumed by Archangel, to increase the healing done. So that's the Archangel there. I'd use that, get some wings, and it increases the healing that I do, which is quite nice if you can, like, on cooldown, if you can, where possible, in the arena. If you just use Holy Fire, you'll eventually get up your evangelism to use Archangel there. Obviously, I think you might all know, or the majority might know that that's the fear that priests have. As you can see, they're trembling there, or yeah, trembling. Sorry. I was trying to think of the word then. It's quite late. It's quite late here. It's actually 12:30, so 12:30 midnight, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of pushing on. That's your buff there. That one that increases the stamina. That increases the stamina for 10% by 10% for an hour. Sorry. That's Dispel Party 1 and Dispel Party 2. So if Party 1 gets rooted, I can just press that. Party 2, I can press that. That's an old macro because I think they've taken out Inner Will and Inner Fire, so I can't really use that anymore. That's Dispel Magic, so you can dispel one beneficial magic spell from an enemy. So for example, a Paladin's Bop, or Hand of Protection, whatever you want to call it, the one that I showed you in my previous video, well, not my previous video, sorry, the one before my previous video, I showed you the kind of bubble thing around you with the wings at the top. That's the Hand of Protection, and I'd be able to, for example, take that off with this Dispel Magic, which is quite effective. That's revived there, and I mean that's how mine's set up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight into Shadow. The reason I stopped the video and changed spec and then redid the video with the Paladin was on the PTR I still had to set up the rep Paladin's bars, but I can just go straight into it on the Shadow Priest because I've already got the bar set up. Now, one thing I forgot to put on my disc bars was actually Shadow Word Death, which is a really crucial move. I think I'll cover it now. And what it does is it inflicts damage on an enemy target, and if it doesn't kill them, then it does the damage on you instead. And you can only use it if they're less than 20% HP. Sorry. But you can, I'm not sure if I've got the glyph, I'll have a quick look. Yep, if you've got the glyph there, you can use it whenever. So you can just death your enemy. Where is it? There it is, like that. And then since he doesn't die, it does the damage back to me. Now, that is a fabulous move to use to break polymorphs from a mage. I believe it breaks a hunter's trap as well. Typically in arena, if you're playing with a priest, they may say something like, I death the poly, which means they use the Shadow Word Death to break the poly, and that's all they say, just death to the poly, you know, nice, quick, easy. So that's quite nice. My bars outside of Shadow form is pretty minimal. There's the bubble there, there's the heal, and then I can go into Shadow form and I've got all sorts of different moves. Now the Vampiric Embrace, it fills you with it says here the Embrace of Shadow, but what it does is it causes you and your allies to be healed for 10% of any single target shadow spells, or any single target shadow spell damage you deal, sorry. So I'll see if I can show an example of how being low HP. So I use it now. and then I go, and this is a single target one because it's not hitting multiple people. And as you can see, I start getting heals here. I'll be able to use that on someone else as well. That on one of these guys. Use that, and it just heals me until it expires. So a AoE move that can hit more than one target would be something like Holy Nova that I had on my disc thingy, where you can just do the damage AoE without actually having to target anyone. That kind of spell wouldn't heal you, so this is quite a good cooldown defensively. It can be used defensively in some situations, I guess, but it's not really. I guess it's mostly used defensively. That there, it incapacitates them for 3 seconds if you use all 3 orbs, and it just stops them from being able to play their character. That there's a big dot that you use with your damage. It uses all 3 of the orbs, and then it increases. Yeah, you do 100% more shadow damage, like 100% of the initial damage for 5 seconds, and then it heals you for 100% of the damage done, which is quite a strong dot. Now, as I've already gone across most of this bar, that Holy Nova was there on my disc spell. I'll show you that right near the end of the video again, just so you're sure of what I meant by the AoE spell Holy Nova. But that's a bubble for when you're in shadow form, so you can use that. If my Holy Light, sorry, my Flash Heal Holy Light, I'm still thinking Paladin. My Flash Heal here, it brings you out of shadow form, so that's something to bear in mind. That removes the beneficial magic effect, as I said earlier. There's that there. There's the Prayer Mending still there. I have my Spectral Guys a different keybind for my Shadow spec. Got my Shadow Fiend there, as you know. Got my Levitate a different bar because I got my mount there. There's Dispel Pie 1, Dispel Pie 2. There's my Trinket, my Fear Ward, and that Divine Star is the same talent as I had on my Holy. So as I haven't yet been over the damage rotation kind of thing for Shadow, as I went over the heals for Disc, then I will cover that now quickly. You're going to want to use Mind Blast off cooldown, and you always want to have a dot on your target, preferably the Shadow Word Pain and the Vampiric Touch. They're both dots, and the Vampiric Touch and Mind Blast gives you Shadow Orbs. Now it's I'm going to have to look this up because I can't actually remember how you get it, but as you just saw a moment ago, that's the one. Your Shadow Word Pain damage over time and Mind Spike damage has a 5% chance to reset the cooldown of your Mind Blast and make your next Mind Blast instant. That's the little thing you saw there. I'll get it up again for you quickly. So let's try and get a proc for that quickly, and then I can show you it. So I'm going to cast it real quick. Let's just try and get it up. You want, when you're not dotting your targets, you're going to want to use Mind Flares. It's quite a strong move as well. So when you're not dotting the targets or using your Mind Blast, you just want to use Mind Flare. It also slows your target, which is quite nice, stops them from getting away from you, for example. So off cooldown, I'll quickly use it again. It's not going to proc for me now, is it? Just wait and see. It won't proc. Nope, that's Devouring Plague, wrong proc. And that's that spell. That one there. There it is, Shadowy Insight. You see that little thing there? That's your instant Mind Blast that you get. Well, instant Mind Blast, and it resets the cooldown of your Mind Blast. So if you dot 3 targets and freeze, for example, you have 15% chance. You have 15% chance to proc that. In 5s, you have a 25% chance to proc that. So that's the kind of thing. 15% might not seem like much, but it's actually quite a high chance. Now, I don't know if you saw that ghost go across there. Let's see if I can get that ghost back again. I can show you what that is in just a moment. See if we can get it back. Come on, Ghosty. There it is. See that there? That's this one here. When your shadow word pain damage over time critically strikes, you also create a shadowy form of yourself that floats towards the target and deals 828 damage. Oh, 2 procs there. Beautiful. And then you've got the Devour and Plague proc, which you just use that there. Then you get Insanity. And it's a passive talent that I went for that consumes... Consuming Shadow Orb transforms your Mind Flare into Insanity, and your Mind Sear even into Searing Insanity, and that's for a second per Shadow Orb consumed, and they do 100% more damage than the usual spells. So an Insanity Mind Flare will do 100% more damage than a standard Mind Flare, which is a really strong ability to have. So I've covered Disc, and I have covered Shadow, I believe, to the best of my ability. I have a feeling this is going to be a really long video because obviously I boosted my Priest and I had to make the bars, so I kind of know a little bit about Priest. That's the move I was talking about there, where the bubble was on Shadow, called Holy Nova, and as you can see, that's AoE damage there. Hitting 2 targets. In case you're new and you're wondering what class you want to play on WoW, what AoE means is area of effect. So I don't know if you can see that little ring there for where I want to put the feather. That's technically an area of effect. It's the area of effect for where you want to put your feathers, for example. Whereas single target damage would be, I can only hit this guy with penance because I'm targeting him. That's a single target. It hits only him and no one else. Whereas an area of effect can hit anyone that's within that area. So everyone that's within my Holy Nova area gets hit or healed, depending if they're on my team or not. So I believe that's everything for Priest. So I believe the next video is going to be about... Oh gosh, I completely forgot. I'm gonna have to quickly have a look, see if I can trigger my memory. You can tell when it's late. Yes, the next one is going to be Shaman. So hope this guide was helpful to you guys. Please give me a like and maybe a comment in the comments section just to let me know that I'm doing the series right and that you guys are enjoying it. And if there's any issues with it or whatever that you'd like me to make different, then please let me know in the comments section, and I will try and change that for future videos. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the Shaman video tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and bye for now. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button in the middle of the screen. I also have my suggested video on the left and my previous video on the right, so you can go ahead and watch those as well. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.